Call me a hopeless romantic, but man, I love to see proposals at Disneyland. So I got a thinking of some fun and unique ways someone could pop the question at Disneyland, and I think I have some good ones. So grab your heartstrings and come along with me. Let's get started.
Before you, there was no sun. The light came only from the moon. Before you, I had no fun.
I am very excited about this video, you guys. Disneyland is such a fun and magical place to spend time with your loved ones, and I can't think of a better place to propose to someone than the Disney parks, especially if you and your sweetie are big Disney fans or just love to go to Disneyland. Now, I mostly see proposals in front of the castle when it's super crowded, which is fine. And if you want to do that, I have some ideas for you, but I also think there's some missed opportunities in other areas of the park as well. And to make it more helpful, I've broken up the ideas into categories to help you connect your personalities with the ideas.
All yours, baby.
Which brings me to my first category, those who are nostalgic. Two ideas come to mind when I think about the couple that may like things to be a bit more vintage and nostalgic. The first is the Carthay Circle over in Disney California Adventure. This basically is the hub and the castle but in DCA. Complete with a craftsman-style water feature, you have this big, beautiful building and restaurant that is inspired by the golden age of Hollywood. Inside the Carthay Circle restaurant, you'll find images of LA's own Carthay Circle Theater from the 40s and 50s, as well as some fun old pictures of Walt. The interior is very opulent and indicative of the 40s and 50s. I would highly suggest dining inside for a more romantic and private setting. The menu continues the 1950s vibe with a rotating seasonal menu.
So close, secure, completely pure.
But their true claim to fame is all of their drink options.
Right here with me.
The Carthay Circle restaurant is more of a fine dining experience and requires a reservation, of which you can make either on the Disneyland app or on the website. And try to make those reservations as close to 60 days out from the day you want to dine as possible, because this restaurant books up fast. I would suggest an evening dining time where you can either propose there or continue your evening out in the front of the beautiful water feature, where you could also pop the question under the twinkling lights of the trees and the sounds of the water. Then you can carry on hand in hand and celebrate watching the world of color, riding rides, or wandering the park blissfully in love. The second idea is the Mark Twain riverboat found in Frontierland in Disneyland. This big beauty gets looked past a lot, but it's secretly one of my favorite attractions. There's something about how it takes you back in time as it calmly floats down the rivers of America, tooting its horn, dinging its bells, and sending sounds of hissing steam out into the air. This boat offers beautiful rides with a unique view of the park during all times of the day. In the morning and the afternoon time, the boat may even come with a presence of Tiana or the Straw Hatters playing live. But I think the most romantic times to ride the Mark Twain is at golden hour. This is an hour or so before sunset, when the sun is golden and shines through the trees just right. It's just really lovely and perfect for photographing. It's the perfect place and time, in my opinion, to sip a mint julep, take in the views, and ask important life questions. And if they aren't doing Fantasmic that night, they will continue sailing the boat at night, which is an extra special treat, and as you can imagine, very romantic as well. Even if you aren't proposing, this is a lovely way to enjoy a romantic moment while visiting Disneyland. Our next category is for those who don't take themselves too seriously and like to have fun. Those who like a little bit more lighthearted, fun approach to proposals. This would mean incorporating fun characters or rides into the mix and having some fun with it. The handy thing about proposing in a character setting is you usually have a Disney photographer ready to go to capture any moments that might happen. One way you could do this is stopping by Mickey or Minnie's house while the characters are there, so check the app first to make sure they'll be there. Then when you get to the character, you can say, "Mickey, will you take a picture with me and the person I'm about to ask to marry me?" And then you continue to propose to them. The result will be a priceless, one-of-a-kind experience for everyone involved, I'm sure. You could also do this with the princesses at the Royal Hall meet and greet, saying something like, "Cinderella, this is the lovely princess so-and-so, but today I want to make her my queen by asking her to marry me." You know, something fun like that. May seem a little bit cheesy, but it will always be absolutely memorable. Or, if you don't mind a little tongue-in-cheek humor, and if the cast member will play along, perhaps have a note to hand your skipper. Ask them if they'll do you a favor and say this. Something like, "We have an explorer on this boat today that would like to ask someone to be their first mate. Who's this brave soul I speak of?" You know, something like that, something fun. Since the skippers are trained in off-the-cuff humor and fun, I'd like to think that they'd have no problem playing along with this idea. And if you and your pal aren't terrified of heights, the Pixar Pal Around offers beautiful views of the parks, especially at night. The only thing I would suggest is getting one of the ones that stays in place and doesn't slide down the track, because that's terrifying and you might not get the result and the answer you want, because you kind of feel like you're plunging to your death on those slidey ones. Just a quick reminder to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you're liking what you see today and you want to see more like it. Okay, back to your video. Next up is those looking for the money shot. This is for those looking for a visually beautiful moment that they can capture and keep forever. Maybe you'll have some friends or family members that will be there and don't mind being in on it and photographing the moment for you. This is where the castle comes into play. Now, what I suggest is waiting until closing or close to closing time when the park is more empty, and at this point you don't really have massive groups of people clamoring to get their pictures in front of the castle anymore. So that way you'll have less people with their RBF in your shot. You can also choose to stand in one of the areas to the side of the castle, like by Snow White's wishing well, or on the bridge on the other side, to get a bit of a better take without a million people around you. And if you happen to be there during the holidays, the castle lighting ceremony in the evenings is a wonderful, magical time to propose to somebody. I suggest doing this either by Snow White's wishing well or the Walt and Mickey statue. Another amazing spot is right after the World of Color show over at Disney California Adventure, Right after the show, everyone starts clearing out, but the fountains and music are still going, and you have this awesome opportunity for a special moment with an amazing backdrop. Plus, the theme of the World of Color is all about being the one, which would lead perfectly into telling someone they are the one for you. I would highly suggest doing a dining package for the World of Color and getting a priority viewing area if you want to do this one. I'm going to be making a video all about this really soon, so look out for that. But I highly suggest it, worth the money, especially if it's for a special occasion. Here's a shot of the area you get sent to for one of the dining packages.
It may feel impossible, but sometimes you just have to take the first step. No matter who you are or where you're from, you have the power to make a difference. It just takes one.
For Star Wars fans, if you watch the fireworks show from Galaxy's Edge, you're in for a special treat. And that way you can add "ah" on top of the "ah" for your moment, and then it can be wrapped up celebrating at the cantina. What could be better? And a really quick mention, the walkway from what will be San Francisco and into Cars Land is one of the most picturesque spots in all of DCA, especially at night, and it is a lovely place to have a moment followed up with a milkshake for two at Flo's V8 Cafe, sitting at one of the secluded tables in the back, overlooking the red rocks of Cars Land.
Like a sunrise rising, always there, always shining, building me up with the song it's singing.
We're soaring right into our last category, but first, one quick mention. Hey friends, do you have any burning Disneyland questions? Well, you're in luck because How to Disneyland wants to help. Just simply leave your question in the comments of any of my videos with the phrase Ask HTD, and I may turn your question into an entire video. I'll be posting one Ask HTD video a month, so keep them coming and stay tuned. Okay, back to your video. The last category is for those who may be looking for a more private and intimate moment. Both of these suggestions are in restaurant settings. The first is at Disneyland's famous Blue Bayou. Reservations at this restaurant book up fast, so you'll need to make reservations 60 days ahead to get the day and the time that you really want. I have had some really good food at this place, but the ambiance of being inside of the Pirates ride while eating by candlelight is what really makes it extra special. They also have the option of adding a special occasion celebration cake to your reservation, in which you can add a personalized message on it, be it popping the question on the cake or just one that says congratulations. I'd also suggest requesting a table by the water, which will be more private and magical. Dining at the Blue Bayou is a treat all in itself, and adding a special moment to that experience should make for a lovely time. You could also pair this idea with the Mark Twain riverboat idea for an absolutely fabulous experience, in my opinion. And last but not least, late night dining at the Lamplight Lounge in DCA so that you can watch the World of Color from the table is a fantastic way to have an amazing and yet somewhat private proposal experience. What you would need to do is make a reservation at the Lamplight Lounge as close to 60 days as possible, in the time slot as close to 8 p.m. as possible. This is important. I would also request a waterfront table. What will happen is you'll dine and enjoy any of the amazing drinks this hip foodie haven offers, with the sparkle of Pixar Pier bouncing off of the water. Then as it gets closer to the 9 p.m. show time, your waiter will let you know that you're welcome to stay for the show, but you will need to stay during the duration of the show. You'll be able to sit wherever you'd like to enjoy the world of color, while sitting and relaxing in a more intimate setting that few experience, and the best part is you don't have to pay an extra penny for it. You just need to be quick to reserve the right time, and again, the amazing theme of the show is being the one that plays into proposals so perfectly. And please, if any of you do any of these ideas, please share it on Instagram and tag me in it at howto_Disneyland. I would love to see and hear your stories.
To be dancing up in the air, will you hold my hand when we fall? I don't think I dare. You say we got potential, but what really is essential.
You guys, I hope you all can find your happily ever after, whatever that means to you. Let people know you love them. Be kind to each other. Be kind to yourselves and cast members at Disneyland. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye, friends.